Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Michael Evitoriti and I welcome you to the channel where we review movies in every kind and aspect, whether it's storytelling, cinematography, acting, directing, just everything you can throw into the movie world. Before I get started, remember to subscribe to my channel, like the video and comment below what you think about today's movie, or just the movie review or something else that you want to share. Alright, let's jump right into it. Today's review, it's a movie. I'll tell you after something really interesting, how and where I saw the first time this movie. This movie, it's a 2009 movie. It's Up in the Air by Jason Reitman, written, co-produced, or let's say directed, co-written and co-produced by Jason Reitman, starring, I would say in the main roles, the character that we see the most, George Clooney, Vera Farmiga and Anna Kendrick. The story is about these three characters basically. So how I love this movie, and the first time that I saw it, yeah, I loved it really. It has a theme, a so dramatic theme, which is unemployment and getting fired, but it's so light, it's so made in a light, beautiful, also humoristic way, touching on very important life stuff. That, yeah, I enjoyed it. The first time that I saw it, it was beginning of 2010 on an airplane on the in-flight entertainment, and it is kind of funny. This movie is about a guy who flies a lot for his job, and I saw the movie on a flight, and probably that's why I don't know, I really enjoyed it. It was so a pleasure to see this movie. I love the opening scene. It's not really a scene, it's a montage, I would say, of scenes where the title appears and the main characters and the studio and writer, producer, director. We have different shots of the American landscape from above, like an airplane would see. And I love this. It's just a beautiful introduction. We get introduced straight away to George Clooney character, Ryan Bingham, who his job is actually firing people. He works for a company who gets hired by companies to fire their employees. And he being then a neutral person, it's much easier for everybody, for the company who is firing, for the employees who gets fired, who gets just received information and the news from a neutral person. So I would say that's why it's done that way. So we see he's firing people, he travels a lot, he travels light, fast, has an apartment in Omaha, but a really tiny apartment. I guess it's one bedroom with a small kitchen. So just when he is at home occasionally, he loves his job, and he loves even more to travel. I mean, airports, restaurants in airports, or hotels, and sleeping in hotels, and they're all this casual lifestyle. When something happens for him for the first time, that he will then be intrigued along with the movie, the movie goes. It's at minute 12, more or less, when always something more or less happens, that is relevant when he gets to meet with the character of Vera Farmiga, Alex. He gets to meet her like in a lounge of a hotel. They get along together. They have a fun night together. We see this when they wake up in the morning, or not in the morning, when they just the following moment in the scene we see that they had fun. And then there's where Ryan Bingham and all the employees who are around the US firing people gets all back at the base in Omaha, where there's a news, and there's this young lady, Natalie, played by Anna Kendrick, who will introduce a new system. And basically what she's telling is that what they are doing is very expensive, traveling all day, all year round. They can do it from the hometown of the company, but over the internet with video call, and it's much cheaper and much more convenient from everybody. And shortly after this, that's really where Act 2 started, where Ryan and Natalie have to go along. Ryan has to show her what's his job really about. It's not just saying, because there's a scene before they get en route where Natalie, Ryan and the boss are together in the office, and Ryan is saying basically, look, you are a young lady, you have a degree and so, but you don't know nothing about my job, what it really is and what's really about, and how does it feel to fire somebody. It's not just staying in front of a monitor and having a discussion saying you're fired and so. His duty, let's say for a couple of weeks, is going on, he's doing his job along together with her. And so we follow these two characters, and we see they going along, and at a certain point, towards midpoint, Natalie, this young lady, receive a text message from her boyfriend that it's over. And that's also the moment, I would say, where she starts to realize that doing and saying thing to people, taking a decision, not having the person in front, but just over a monitor or just over the phone with a text message, it's not the greatest stuff, especially if it's a breakup like in her case, or what she's doing with Ryan firing somebody. And at the same time, we also see that Alex and when let me back up. Natalie, when she received the message, that's also the place she's with Ryan in a hotel. They are renting the hotel, and they meet also with Alex. So the three main characters are all there together. They meet, they go on a party later in the evening, and at a certain point, Ryan gets the invitation for one of his sister's wedding, and just how his life is going during the last weeks, he realizes that he doesn't want to be always just alone. And I would say that's the moment where he realizes that he doesn't want to stay always alone and just travel. Plus, he gets really intrigued and in tune with Alex, and asks her if she wants to get together with him at the wedding, because he says, I don't want to be alone, sitting at the bar, being at the restaurant, or being at dinner alone, and when everyone is dancing, being alone. So she agrees, and that's really where the moment where you see that he gets really intrigued, he gets really into her. He starts to make, I'd say, a film, a movie in his own mind, how the life could be great together with a partner being Alex. After the wedding, you see that he starts to lose his original mission. This mission of being alone and traveling isn't so appealing. He's doing also motivational speaks, and during one big speak, right shortly after he starts, he cannot continue simply because this philosophy of traveling and being light, he's not agreeing anymore, and he gets out of the conference and gets then finally or makes the decision to want to go to Chicago to visit Alex. The only problem that he never knew that Alex is basically in a relationship. She's married, she has a family with children, and here Ryan realizes this when he rings at the door. She opens and he sees on the background a child getting up the stair, and she making like a really impressed face by seeing him, and then she just closes the door, and that's when he realizes, oh man, it was all a film, a fantasy in my head. Of course, the problem is, in my opinion, Alex never said that she wanted just something fun and occasionally with Ryan, and that's where the problem started. And Natalie, after she quits the job, so the project that she wanted to do with the company by firing people over internet, doesn't take off. This project, she fires from this job by text message. So we see that what she didn't like, she did it at the end, and then just the movie ends with she getting hired in a big company in San Francisco. Ryan can continues to fly to do his job, traveling around, because the project that the company wanted to do, it's on standby actually. And we don't see Alex anymore, but we suppose that Alex and Ryan don't, or maybe they will see themselves occasionally, or maybe just Ryan at a certain point will find somebody and settle down. So we don't know this. It's open to your interpretation. Let me know down in comments what's your interpretation. A beautiful story about some realities that are taking place, have taken place, and will probably take place in the future. That everything becomes more over computer, over the screen. We have seen this certainly last year. Also, how all this travel thing, a lot of jobs that are related to move and to travel are fun, are nice. It permits you to be very, very light, but at the same time, it's not something that, in my opinion, one should be betting to do the whole life. What I really appreciated is the changement of Ryan. He being really this convinced guy, I want to be light, I don't want any commitment with like being in a relationship or being married. And he slowly really changes towards the end that he actually wants to be in a relationship. Problem is that he chose the wrong person who didn't told him everything. A beautiful, pretty light movie. Let me know down in comments what's your take about Up in the Air. I'm definitely curious. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.